asked you, did you read a book in the last 12 months? Would the answer be yes? Well, 23% of the population would actually say no, I did not read a book in the last 12 months. And that is a problem. There's a book burning going on. Booksellers are closing down, publishers are dying, and people aren't reading books. And I realise this because I've been a speed reading trainer for a couple of decades, and I've just noticed that the way people read is changing. So my question to you is, are we in danger of losing our deep reading brain? And by that I mean, people are reading their devices. There's words everywhere. It's text, it's email, it's Twitter, it's social media, but they're not reading so many books where it's one continuous thought explored, one extended argument that actually shapes the way we think. So my question is, are we living in a pre-literate society? They did some research with some tribes that were not literate, and they asked them this question. In the north, where there is snow, all bears are white. In the place, Novaya Zemlya, that there is always snow. What colour are the bears in Novaya Zemlya? The typical answer of a pre-literate tribe is, well, I don't know, I've only ever seen a black bear. It depends on the locality, or I really don't know. That particular tribe person, they weren't less intelligent, they just think differently. They think more specifically and situationally. They think subjectively. And that's the thing about literacy. When information is written down, we have a chance to analyse it. We have a chance to get out of our subjectivity. In fact, reading changes the brain. And the new form of reading is changing the brain. We know about neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity says that mental activity and experiences changes the function and shape of the brain. So yes, if you only ever read short bursts, it is changing your brain. The question is it for the better or for the worse? Let's consider what reading a book does for your brain. It opens up other possibilities. It enables you to think of different ways of doing things. It can help you discover best practice or better practice. And certainly with fiction reading, it can enhance your empathy and your experience of other people's experiences. So the reason to read a book is that complexity. The world is complex, and we can tolerate ambivalence. When we do not read, our focus narrows and we start to think in black and white, and even in slogans. If you've ever read George Orwell's Animal Farm, he had some characters, the sheep, and they would walk around repeating the slogan, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Are we relegating our thinking to that sort of sloganising, that sort of simple understanding of an issue? So this is what I propose. I propose that reading a book, which is an extended argument, whether it be fiction or non-fiction, online or hard copy, it's training for your brain. And in fact, as they do in many schools at the moment, and certainly in Bermuda they had a whole national initiative of a drop everything and read day. Drop everything and read for 10 minutes a day. In the workplace, we could perhaps drop everything and read for 10 minutes on a Friday. My second suggestion is to consider slow reading, like the slow food movement, as an exercise in meditation or mindfulness. I have 2 other suggestions, and that is book summaries. Book summaries are a great entree into a book. They summarise the main argument of a book and in fact can entice you in. And what's great about book summaries is that there often is a list of the books to read. So I get a lot of my books to read from book summaries. As a speed reading trainer though, and to close my talk today, I'd like you to consider reading more at the speed of thought. I call it macro reading. Macro reading is, yes, skim reading, but here's the thing. Speed of thinking is plastic. By that I mean the faster you think, the faster you read, the faster you are able to think and read. So it is better to read all of a book roughly in 1 hour than only to read parts of it in the same amount of time. So I propose that rather than consider if you don't read a book properly, you may as well not read it at all. I think that's out the window. Done is better than perfect. Be well read.